What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Good Old Boy Podcast. I'm your host, Buster Caballero. Welcome back to the show. If you are a first-time listener, thank you for stumbling upon this little piece. If you are a returning listener, thank you for coming back again, guys. Well, this is 3 weeks in a row. We got a podcast, so we're on the classic movie from the late 80s, early 90s. That's what we call a winning streak. So we're on one. As always, when we start out with this, guys, I want to let y'all know, if you're going through life and you don't really have somebody to talk to, you've got some questions, you want to do better in life, you want to become something, you want to build something, you want to get better at something, but you don't know where to start, you don't have a plan, you don't know anything at all what to do. Do me a favor. Drop down into the show notes. There's a link for a form. Get on it and hop on a quick 15-minute call with me. We'll talk. We'll see what's going on. We'll see where you want to go. And hopefully what we can do is just come up with a quick game of action plan to get some momentum going in your life, because that's the biggest thing right now. We need to plant a few seeds and get some quick crops in the field. All right? So, on to the show. First of all, big shout out to the guys over at OTG Fitness Podcast and the OTG Podcast, only the greatest. Got to sit down with those guys the other day. Really great guys. Can't wait to have them on this show. What they're doing in the fitness industry, man, I love it. They truly care. They have a mission. They have their values, and they are going about it right. I've been enjoying listening to their podcast, so if you go into the show notes, I'll link to their show so that you can maybe get on that if you're looking on a little getting on a fitness journey, you're looking to do something like that. They're a great resource to have. Highly, highly recommend checking them out. So I also wanted to start this off a little different. I wanted to share a few things. Hey, what am I doing right now in my life? What am I building upon? What am I working with? First of all, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm currently reading by John Bevere, Bevere, I think that's how you say it, Multiply Your God-Given Potential X. Picked this book up the other day, and new message from Alexa coming through. So I picked up this book the other day. I'm a couple of chapters into it so far. I really like it. It is, I like it. I'll give you a review later on whenever I'm fully done with it. Other thing too, something that I listened to recently is Chris Williams' podcast, where he had on Peter Aki, and it was a productivity podcast. And that one was really good because he talks about productivity, he talks about burnout, he talks about recognizing it, how you can get done with burnout. There was a lot of topics in there that he covered where I was personally feeling it, but I didn't know either how to address it or how to get out of it. And he did that, so that was a very helpful one. I'll put a link to that one also in the show notes, to that episode. And I'll try and do Spotify. I'll try and do Apple Podcast on it. Those are the big ones. So that is the big things happening right now. Also, just actually got in from a men's group. The Monday, Tuesday has been a little crazy, and the Sunday, so got in from a men's group tonight. Always great being with those guys over at the City Mark Church and taking some time to rejuvenate spiritually on them. So coming in here tonight, I was thinking, I've got my Apple Notes that I put down topics or subjects or things that have happened to me during the week where I'm like, man, I kind of want to talk about that, or man, that's an interesting topic. That's something really good. That's something that I want to work on, or I want to talk about or develop. And this actually comes from this summer while playing a baseball tournament. We were there, and one of the parents, their kid had hit, and they were running, and he screams from the back. He says, "Unhitch your trailer," as a way to mention, hey, you got to run a little faster. And I died laughing about it because it's just one of those things. We're good old boys, so if you got a saying like that, it kind of resonates. And I just made a note: unhitch your trailer. You got to go faster. And I've been working on that one and saying, man, what is it? What does that translate into to life? What's that about? Because I'm always looking. I'm open to instances of opportunities to do better in life and how I can relate it maybe to more people. How can this be translated into a way that makes it relatable to someone else? They may be a little folksy. I've been accused of being folksy in writing, and I own that. I grew up in the bayous of Louisiana, in the swamps. I am a folksy person. That was my upbringing. So it's not a thing. It's not something I'm worried about. I wear that badge proudly. And so when I started thinking about this, I'm like, man, all right, you hook up a trailer. I grew up, one of the biggest things ever was to say, I was able to, by the age of 12 or so, drive a truck with a trailer and back the trailer up and load it and unload it and do all of that stuff. It was a rite of passage. Whenever we'd go to our hunting camp in Mississippi, once we hit a certain section, my dad got out, I got in, I drove with the trailer, got it all the way to the camp, backed it up, unloaded the four-wheeler, loaded it back up. Now, there are all kind of trailers out there. You've got your just regular flatbed trailer, you got your gooseneck, you got your cargo trailer, you've got your just a wide variety of trailers we can go down all about. You got your ramps, don't have ramps. There's just so many. You get tilt trailers. Yeah, I can go on for trailers for a long time about, what they are. But the main purpose is that whenever you don't have room in your current vehicle, you get a trailer. Maybe you have to go rent one from U-Haul, or your buddy lets you borrow theirs, and you take whatever it is you're trying to move and from point A to point B, and you load it up. You put all the stuff on it, maybe a four-wheeler, a golf cart, boxes, maybe you're moving into a new apartment or something like that. You load it down, and you take it, and you go ahead, and you bring it to the next destination, you unload it, and then you take your trailer off, and you go. Very simple. However, in fact, there's even a 1962 Fireball trailer, and if you've heard that from the previous episode, you know what I'm talking about. And I got to thinking about this. Driving with a trailer is difficult than just driving without one. Because whenever you're driving without one, you're just hauling it. You're just got your vehicle, you're going, you're good. But when you get a trailer, sometimes these things can weigh an extra 1,200 pounds. They can weigh 5,000 pounds, depending on your towing capability. You could have this loaded down. You can have a trailer with a bunch of cattle in it. And however, sometimes you can't. You got to know what to do, how to drive that. You got to make wider turns. You have to stop way before so that it doesn't get slammed in. You can't stop as easily when you're hauling a trailer full of heavier items. You can't just park anywhere. You got to have a plan for where am I going to park this trailer at. If you pull into an HEB, you maybe want to go park further in the back. You're going to walk a little ways because you're taking across two sections. You can't very well, if you don't have enough clearance, you can't just go into the same place. You can't pull through Chick-fil-A. Your trailer might hit it. All that to say is, in life, if you're hauling a trailer behind you, you got to be conscious of it and what's in it when you're going down the road of life. You may have that loaded down with so many heavy things that you're finding yourself having to stop short for other items. While you're going down the road, you got to stop short, and when you're stopping short, all that weight is just coming behind you and hitting and hitting and hitting. If you've ever driven a long ways with a trailer, you will probably understand that it's not easy on the body also. If you're stopping and going, it puts a rhythm on your body that you feel like you almost been beat up or a little bit. Maybe you've been on a carnival ride, something like that. And it really, really, really does a number on you. Now, if you're going down the road of life and you've got one of these cargo trailers on it, what's in your trailer? Maybe that's the title of what's in your trailer, but I think we got something else to work out. And I don't really write down these things. I make notes. I have little notes on what I want to talk about. But so I'm working this out as we go. And I'm hoping maybe as we work this out together, it resonates with you. So What are you putting in your trailer? Man, is it your marriage? Is it your kids? Is it finances? And I know we talk a lot about that in life, but these are the fields of your life that, are most impactful. Is it, a friendship, a relationship with someone that you wish was better, or maybe it's rocky? Is it a choice to take a job and move somewhere else completely, a big life decision? All these things, just think about it. Ask yourself, man, what's really on my heart right now? What's weighing on me? What's putting that pressure? It's in a box, and I threw it in this trailer, and I'm going down the road of life, and I'm hitting these red lights at time, and the trailer's weighing on me. And I think at times we don't unhitch our trailer. And that's the beautiful thing about them, is that you can back it up into a location, lock it up, unhitch it, take it off, and go about your business for a while. You don't have to carry this around all the time. You do not have to haul it all over the time. Maybe you need someone else to drive for a while and let you take a break. Maybe that's your spouse, your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, a buddy, something like that. It's okay to unhitch the trailer, and it's okay to put the trailer down for a bit. Don't keep it loaded. Now, here's the good old part of this, is that if you've ever driven a trailer before and then you've unhitched it, you forget what it's like to drive regular. So you have to be conscious about that. When you're hitched up your trailer, when you've got it loaded down, when you don't. When do you have to make a wide turn? When can I go through Chick-fil-A? When can I not? When can I park it in a regular spot up close? And when do I have to go park all the way in the back? But what's loading down that trailer? Is your trailer equipped to carry what you need at this time of your life? Or do you need to possibly get a bigger trailer? Do you need to go rent one, sell yours, get another one? Are you carrying more cargo at this point in your life? All these questions, all these things, all these are just... And I know you're saying, like, Buster, like, you've said trailer a lot, which I feel like I have. But I want you to think about your life in a way that possibly this can be put into perspective for you. And if you're one of my buddies, I know you got a trailer and you drive it around. I know that you probably have one. I think about, if I think about this in layman's term, I'm going to go to my boy AJ at 247 Metal Fab. That guy's got a big old gooseneck trailer he hauls around because he's hauling huge metal plates all over the place, and he's got a big truck and a big trailer to do that. I think about, I see my buddy who runs Boy Scouts, and he's got a Boy Scout trailer, and he's got it all on the outline, Boy Scouts, and that's loaded down with camping gear, and that's all in there. I see the guys that run around my neighborhood who have their lawn equipment on the trailer because they're going to work, and that trailer probably stays either hitched up, or at the end of the day they unhitch it, they put it in a storage unit, and every day they're going to work, and they got to hitch that trailer on and make sure it's good, and then they're hauling their equipment all over. But with life, do you have a place to put your trailer down? Because it's easy to get a trailer. It ain't easy to store a trailer somewhere, especially now with the way houses are and HOAs. They'll tell you, get that trailer out really quick. You'll get a letter, 30 days. Shout out to my boys on the HOA board. You know what I mean? Is it a boat trailer? Bust out another 1,000. It really got me thinking, what's slowing me down in life in my trailer? You've heard me talk about my business Mosquito Buster. That was a trailer I was hauling around a good bit. I had to set that trailer down for now. I unhitched it, I parked it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to let a little bit of weeds grow up under this thing, because at this time, this one is not serving me. This one is not giving me, it's not fueling me, it's not giving that the time, energy, everything that's needed for it is not it. I like sitting here and connecting. In the past couple of weeks that I've done these podcasts, and I've had the people reach out to me, and guys like, glad to hear you again. Missed the podcast. Hey, like this concept, giving me ideas, and then talking to people about coming on the shows. It's connecting me. And if you were asking me, Buster, what's your talents? What's your thing that is, apparently mine is networking and working with men and coaching. And that's coming from my personal coach who I've gone through. That's coming through studies. That's coming through hard work and examination of where what's my treasures. What has the good Lord equipped me to be and do? And I've been able to pour more into other aspects of things. So that trailer, that business, gone. And it's funny because when I did it, I had people reach out and be like, I'm so sorry your business failed. It didn't fail. I put it down. It didn't serve me. I'm able to do this now. And already it's folded when you take and you assess and you make a real conscious, and maybe you haul in a trailer around for a long time and you're like, what is even in this thing? You got to go back there, open it up, dig through boxes and be like, oh, that's here? I'm still carrying this around? I'm going to go drop that off at Goodwill. I'm going to go throw that in the trash. I'm going to empty this out. And maybe if you just look at it, you don't need that big trailer. Maybe you could just put it in your vehicle. Be very ruthless about what you carry along with you on this road of life, because it'll run your car ragged. It'll put more stress on your vehicle, your vehicle, your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, your relationships, your friends. It'll get you. Friends, this world's time. We've only got so much time in life. And we got to get to the end of this destination. I want you to get there fulfilled and ready to go. And if you pull in with a trailer full of wins and a trailer full of good relationships and great memories and friendships and family and success and legacy, and when you get to that destination, you get in front of the good Lord and St. Peter, and you're pulling up and he's like, what's in the trailer? Say, let me show you this. Because ain't nothing better than somebody pulling up with a trailer and you going, what's in the trailer? And they say, you got to see this. Be that way, that when you get to your final destination and everyone's there seeing you've just arrived and they say, hey, what's in the trailer? You can put a smile on your face. You got a heart filled and you can say, check this out, guys. Let me show you. Because you don't want to be the guy that's going to show up and say, what's in the trailer? Well, man, I've got some baggage here. I've got that's just some old worry. That's an old relationship I just carried on. That's my regret in the trailer. That's my kid who I didn't really connect with during the time. That's my, show up with a trailer full of something you're going to be proud of. This went a completely different way than what I thought. In fact, some of the notes I made don't even apply anymore. So I love about this. If you don't look into what's in the back of your trailer, guess what? You're just going to be riding around with it. It's going to be putting a wear and tear. You're going to make a turn, hop a curb, pop a tire. You're going to have to get the axle redone. You're going to have all these things that are going to go on in life. Unhitch the trailer. Clean it out. Take some time to actually figure out what is going on in your life. I promise you, if you take a second, get your notebook and write down. I want you to write down what's in my trailer that's slowing me down. Put it. And then see what can you get rid of or what do you need to address. If you have a thing, then go on the other side, because we really got to focus on this. Sometimes you'll get very negative and you'll say like, man, all this is going on. Then you need to say, what's good in my trailer? What's great? You hauling around a good relationship. You hauling around some wins. Your business doing fine. You got health. You understand that the good Lord loves you. You got friends. Man, I'll tell you this. You see me in my trailer, I'm going to start stacking that thing full of good things. Some good relationships, some good memories, just some stuff that when I open it up, It's going to be great. And when I get to my final destination, I can't wait to show them what's in the trailer. So guys, short episode. I'll be doing a little traveling. As always, if something of this resonated with you, if you got some value from it, please share it, like, subscribe, give me a review and a rating. That's how this thing's going to get picked up. I have a whole goal for this. As I said, I've got a plan. I've got a layout. I'm going to share it with y'all. It was coming up. And we have a lot happening, and I do believe it's going to be very beneficial. If you are also needing help looking at your trailer, go in the show notes, click the link, and say, hey, I want to hop on a 15-minute call. If there's someone you know who may need that call, share this episode with them. And say, hey, holler at Buster. All I want to do is talk. That's it. As always, once again, come to the end of the show. Guys, I love you. I'm praying for you. Have a great time.